Hi, Dr. Brett Stompro here with Art of Beauty Medi-Spa. Once again, voted best of the East Bay. So we're super happy to have Sam here and Freshta. Freshta, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Very good. Freshta is a beautiful example of artistry and anatomy and the lengths that Nurse Sam goes to make sure that people are aging backwards. So Freshta came in and she had just a few concerns. You can see how beautiful she is. She's got beautiful facial balance, but there was just a few things that she didn't like once she hit her 30s. And as she was going through her 30s, she thought she saw some loss of volume and some irregularities of her face, and she wanted to enhance those, and so she found the right person in Nurse Sam. Sam, do you want to tell a little bit about what her preoperative treatment was, what your analysis was, and what you did for her?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a before photo of Freshta taken 2 years ago. And so over the course of 2 years, she and I did 12 syringes of filler together to achieve this very natural look. So what I did is I saw some volume loss in the under eyes, in the mid face, the smile lines, and in the lips. And I just very carefully replaced the volume that was lost, reconnected her fat pads so she looks lifted, her face looks thinner and more heart-shaped.
So the thing that she did not like is she did not like the bagging of the lower lids.
Yeah.
How did you approach that, and how do you make her look so natural now?
Yeah, so what I'm taking into account is that her fat pads in the upper face, the under eyes, the mid face, they separate. So my goal is to create the illusion that they're reconnected with a very thin filler placed very deeply and carefully so you can't see the lines of separation anymore.
So that took away her bag, but then she also didn't like her folds.
Yes, so the smile lines, they come from sleeping on the side of your face, they come from smiling. So it's very important to use a very thin filler and place it superficially so as not to make you look heavy in the front. This also makes you look lifted, it makes you look lighter, and it eliminates shadowing.
How many different fillers do we offer here at Art of Beauty?
Ooh, we offer the Juvederm collection, the Restylane collection, and the Revance collection, but with this one I used all of the Juvederm family.
So you're talking about maybe a dozen or more different types of
Yes,
fillers.
we have probably 23 different types of fillers here.
So that can be customized based upon what you're trying to achieve.
Yes, 100%. Think about the fillers like sponges. Some hold on to a little bit of water, some hold on to a lot of water. So I take into account how much fat she has, how much bone loss she has, how much of her fat pads have recessed, and I take that into account, and that's how I pick which fillers she's going to benefit from. So for example, I used a different filler from her under eyes than I did for her smile lines than I did for her lips.
One of the things about all of our injection specialists here at Art of Beauty is that we really get to know our patient and find out what their goals are and kind of what their timeline is. Over what period of time did you work with Freshta?
So we worked together over the period of 2 years. So it's always important to me to work with you based on your budget, based on how quickly you want to do something. We can do things as slow as you'd prefer. Slow and steady wins the race. It's always better to do things slowly and carefully rather than to do too much too quickly.
Exactly. So we're never trying to oversell anybody. Do this, there's a big price tag. It's like, let's try this, and then I want to see you back in 3 months, 6 months, and then we can build upon it.
Yeah, and every time I see you back, we always check in, we look in the mirror, we look at your pictures, and we confirm that we still have the same goals. Things change as we mature, even over the course of 6 months, even in the course of a year. So we'll always change your plan and update it together.
So basically your goal is to establish a relationship and really get to know your patient so that you can get to their best outcome.
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm in love with all of you guys. Yeah, it's so important for us to have a good relationship, yes.
What do you think about the whole process?
Very comfortable with her. It was my first time meeting her 2 years ago. I came in, I think, just for Botox.
Yeah.
And then she mentioned, obviously, the bags and try some filler. I never had filler in my life. I was scared to death, even though I had Botox, but that was a whole different story. Trusted her, let her do what she needed to do. It was very conservative, which I liked. It didn't look too fake all of a sudden, and no one really noticed it that much unless I said it.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time, went from that to the cheeks and then the laugh lines, and everything was done really well. So I appreciate it.
That's such a great testimony because you establish the trust with her with doing something very introductory with just some Botox. you earned her trust, and then little by little,
Mhm.
you know, we did other things, and look at this beautiful result.
Thank
I mean,
you.
my gosh, she's
Thank
a supermodel. We're used to dealing with supermodels, but Fresh is especially beautiful.
You're too
so
nice. Thank
we
you.
want to thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
trust. We thank you for being a part of this, and it's a journey, and it kind of makes a difference who you select and what Medispa you select in terms of, you know, getting the best outcome. Don't you think?
Yes, of course it is.
Yeah.
Very important to my face.
I want to thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
and Sam, beautiful job again.
Thank
Super
you.
artistic, you know, based upon anatomy, artistry. You know, nobody has a vision like you, so congratulations.
Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.